So hello and welcome to our fifth lecture in Mastering ComfyUI for AI image generation course by techlatest.net. So far we had covered a lot of things like course overview, objectives, then about ComfyUI, stable diffusion, and then setup and installation of ComfyUI on AWS. Now in this lecture we'll cover setup and installation of ComfyUI on GCP, basically Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so let's get started. So the first step is go on techlatest.net website, then click on product and support page. After clicking on product and support page, in artificial intelligence and machine learning category, you can find about the ComfyUI stable diffusion product. Then click on this product, and here you can see the GCP deployment guide, AWS deployment guide, Azure deployment guide. And here you can also see the features and use cases of ComfyUI and the benefits of this VM. Okay, so click on GCP deployment guide. Here you can see the setup installation of ComfyUI stable diffusion AI image generation made simple on GCP. This is a step-by-step guide. Okay, so your first step is open ComfyUI stable diffusion AI image generation made simple VM listing on GCP marketplace. Okay, so if you click on this link and open link in new tab, so you will redirectly go to Google Cloud Platform and the GCP Google Cloud Platform and the VM which are listed on GCP Marketplace by techlatest.net. Here you can see the ComfyUI stable diffusion AI image generation made simple by techlatest.net, ComfyUI Cloud VM and other things. You can check the overview, features and use cases of this VM. Okay, now click on launch button, and after clicking on launch button, you can see here about the stable diffusion AI image generation made simple deployment, basically the deployment page of ComfyUI, and then you can select account and other things. Okay, now this is one of the most important step. Okay, if you check our website and the guide, here you can see a lot of things. And after this, this is the most important step. Optionally change the number of ports and amount of memory. This defaults to 4 vCPUs and 15 GB memory. For optimal performance, stable diffusion requires significant processing power, which is best achieved with a GPU instance. However, if the cost of a GPU instance is prohibitive, a CPU instance with higher processing capacity may be used as an alternative. Okay, so if you want a faster response, if you want to generate image faster, so you can opt for GPU instance also. And if you want if you have a if you want less if you have a less budget, or if you want CPU instance, so you can opt for CPU also. Basically CPU instance is cheaper than GPU instance, but GPU instance is costly than CPU. Okay, and then for GPU instance, same here you can select GPUs and other things. Okay, so here you can see the high CPU and high memory. Then you can select a custom and other things. Okay, so if you want GPU, so you can click on GPU instance, and here you can see the lot of options like nvidia v100, nvidia l4, nvidia tesla p4, nvidia t4, nvidia v100, h100. Okay, so you can select GPU instance also for faster response, and you can same follow the guide on website also. Like here you can see the for CPU it is the minimum spec, but more CPU is preferred. Okay, so like if you opt for CPU, so you can opt more memory, more configuration, other things. Okay, so machine type, you have to select machine type, you have to select more memory and more CPUs. Okay, then if you opt for GPU instance, so you have to select any GPU like nvidia h100 and nvidia l4 and any other one. Then you can select number of GPUs, like in which quantity you want, like 2 3 4 5 6 8. Okay, then apart from this, note by deploying the instance on GPU, if you encounter the quota exists error, or you are unable to deploy the instance on GPU, then please refer to our request quota on Google Cloud Platform. If you click on this link, for example, if you want to deploy this VM on GPU instance, okay, if you want faster response, or if you want configure generate image very faster, so you opt for GPU also. Then when you deploy GPU instance, so if this error occurs, like for example request quota on Google Cloud Platform, so you can have to opt for this guide. Basically this is a direct link of our website and website and guide. So here you can see the step-by-step guide, like is request GPU quota on cloud platforms. Okay, so you can log in on Google Cloud Platform and open quota and other settings, then you can good to go for like GPU instance. You have once your GPU quota instance by, for example, you're working on Google Cloud, if you're working on Azure, if you're working on AWS, so once your quota is increased, so you can good to go for the GPU instance also. So here you can see the GCP guide, Azure Cloud Platform guide, then also like AWS Cloud Platform guide. Okay, so you can opt for this guide and you can increase the quota. Okay, now next thing is after this we will go with the CP instance basically. Okay, and then here you can see other things we are selecting, then click on deploy button, and here you can see the deploying virtual machine product. And step 3 by 3 is deploying ComfyUI 2 is my VM name, and here you can also see the description of VM stable diffusion AI image generation made simple. Okay, so wait for 1 or 2 minutes because it will take some time. And after this, a summary page displays when the compute engine is successfully deployed. Click on the instance link. It will open an overview page of the virtual machine. To access the ComfyUI web interface, copy the public IP of the VM from the VM details page and paste it in the browser using HTTPS and like your public IP, basically VM public IP, and make sure to use HTTPS, not HTTP, because it not works on HTTP, it works on HTTPS. Okay, browser will display SSL certificate warning message, accept the certificate warning and continue. Okay, so let's see, like here you can see the compute engine is in progress and your steps are also in progress. Then here you can see the deploying, so this may take a few minutes. You can also read the message here, this may take a few minutes. Okay, let's see, browser will display SSL certificate warning message, accept the certificate warning and continue. Then by default the ComfyUI default workflow will be automatically loaded after the start as shown in the figure below. Okay, so if you click on compute engine, so it will open an overview page of your VM, and here you can see the status and other things. You can see the external IP, internal IP. Then if you click on this VM name, so here you can see the SSS option, then connect to serial console option. Then here you can see the status is running of the VM. So let's get started. We have first what we have to do, copy our external IP basically of the VM. So we have copy our external IP, then type HTTPS, and here you can see the public IP. And then after this, wait for 1 or 2 minutes because I think it is in the deploying stage. Your status is running, but right now it is in deploying stage. Okay, so wait for 1 to 2 minutes and let's see what happens here. So my URL is correct. I am using HTTPS here. Then here you can see that your connection is private. Basically, this is the SSL warnings. Then click on advanced and proceed to this IP. So it will open an interface of the ComfyUI. Okay. Next, like by default, the Compy default workflow will be automatically loaded after a start as shown below. Okay, so here you can see like it will take 1 minute, and here you can see the queue prompt and other things are loading, and then the ComfyUI interface are also loading. And let's see here, like your ComfyUI user interface is running now on browser, basically on IP address. Next, now you can connect to ComfyUI. By default, the VM comes with SDXL base 1.0 checkpoint model to get you started with the ComfyUI. Okay, so here you can see the load checkpoint. Where is my load checkpoint? I have, yeah, here you can see the SDXL base. If I scroll this one, here you can see the SDXL base and like the load checkpoint option. Okay, so like to get started, provide the prompt in the clip text in code, then box with any extra condition, the below prompt box, give the size of the image and the batch count, provide other settings in the sampler. Okay, so let's do this also. Then like here you can see the basically the prompt. I have already by default one prompt if you run ComfyUI, so by default there is one prompt in this like clip text encode prompt option. Okay, so if you click on Q prompt, so here you can see your process is started and it's 0% ComfyUI. It will take 5 to 6 minutes because we run our VM on CPU instance. If you want faster response, the same you can opt for GPU instance. Okay, then let's see, wait for some time because and we'll do other steps also. So GP instance generate images 10 times faster or more compared to CPU instance. Therefore, if you are using a CPU instance, accept the process to take 10 to 15 minutes longer to complete. You can check the extra options from the option given below in the Q prompt button like history, view queue and etc. Okay, so here are some settings. You can explore these settings also. Then the images created from the ComfyUI are stored under home Ubuntu setup, ComfyUI output directory on the VM. To access this directory, follow the steps. To access the VM, so let's do with SSH steps. Okay, so let's start with SSH steps. Open in browser window basically. And here you can see that transferring SSH keys to the VM. It will take 1 or 2 minutes more. Then let's see, this will open SSH window in browser. Run the below command to set the password of the Ubuntu user. So this is the basically you have to run this command first for setting up the password. Here you can see the way our SSH in browser window is connected now. So paste this command and set up password here. Okay, so I'm setting my password and retype new password. Then here you can see the message that password is updated successfully now. Okay, so now the password for the one user set, you can connect to the VM desktop environment from any local Windows machine using RDP or Linux machine using Ramina. To connect using RDP Windows machine, first note the external IP of the VM from the VM details page. Okay, so let's do this also. Copy the public IP address here. Then in the remote desktop option connection wizard, paste the external IP and click connect. Okay, so search about remote desktop option and paste the public IP here. Then click on connect and accept this warnings, basically yes, and this will connect to the VM desktop environment. Provide Ubuntu as the user ID and password set in the step in the above step to authenticate. So this is basically the password. If you check here, so this is the password we have set up. We'll use this in remote desktop connection basically. Okay, and username is Ubuntu. Okay, so let's move to the next step. Now you are connected to out of the box ComfyUI stable diffusion AI image generation made simple VM desktop environment via Windows machine. To connect using RDP Linux machine, first note the external IP of the VM from the VM details page. Then from your local Linux machine, go to the menu in the search box and type Ramina. Okay, if you don't have Ramina installed on your Linux machine, first install Ramina as per Linux distribution. So this is the direct link of Ramina. If you click on this link and open link in new tab, so you will redirect to Ramina website and you can download simply and then use it. Okay, so same here, you can paste the IP in the Ramina and connect connect to the Linux machine also. Okay, so from VM desktop, you can access the output images by navigating the home Ubuntu stable diffusion output directory. Okay, so let's do this. Give Ubuntu as an user ID, username, and your password basically. So my password is this one. Then click on OK. Okay, and here you can see. Wait for 1 minute. Your VM is started now. Okay, basically the ComfyUI VM, and uh, cross this one. Then click on home and copy your let's see our image is generated or not. So yep, it will take some more time because here you can see the 57% and 40% K sampler. Okay, so wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Then let's move to our one more point. So if you want like how you download and use custom models from Hugging Face. Okay, so if you so let's click on this link. You have to click on this link basically. So here you can see the step-by-step guide how to download and use custom models. This guide provides comprehensive overview of installing models in ComfyUI VM solution provided by TechLatest. Once your ComfyUI stable diffusion AI image generation made simple VM is up and running, you can connect to the VM via SSH to download and use model checkpoints. Okay, by default, this VM comes with SDXL base 1.0 checkpoint. To connect the SSH terminal, please follow our guide of cloud provider. Basically, you have to connect your VM. Then once connect to SSH terminal, navigate to the checkpoints directly using this URL. Basically, we have a separate lecture on this one how to download and custom models in basically this is our upcoming lecture. Okay, so wait for some time, or if you want to do with basically with guide, so you can follow this step-by-step guide. There are several channels available to download the stable diffusion model such as Hugging Face. Search for download URL of the desired checkpoint model. For example, in the guide we will download a stable cascade model for ComfyUI from Hugging Face using WZ. To do so, Hugging Face website, open models page. Okay, so this is the Hugging Face website, and you can like explore models here. On model page search, you have to require model in the top bar. You have to search basically about the model here. Find a stable cascade. Okay, so if you search about a stable cascade. Okay, so this is the model, and here you can see the stable cascade model. If you click on files and versions, so here you can see the ComfyUI checkpoints. So you have to click on ComfyUI checkpoints and download these files and other things. It will show you the list of available checkpoints. Click on the desired one and you can good to go. Then you have to run this command. Basically this is the command, and replace URL with the model URL. Now our model is available in the checkpoint directory of ComfyUI setup folder. Now refresh the ComfyUI page in browser. You should be able to select the stable cascade checkpoint from the checkpoint drop. So this is basically the overview of how to download and use custom models. We will have a separate lecture for this also. So we'll cover in our upcoming lectures about this thing. So let's see our image is generated or not. Okay, so here you can see the it is 57 and 80%. I think our image is generated now, and here you can see our image is generated now. Okay, so if you scroll this, so this is basically the image. We have given some prompt here. Like if you check the prompt, beautiful scenery, nature, glass bottle, landscape, purple galaxy bottle. So this is the prompt. Here you can see the image. It is like so much cool and like the so much highly realistic and port and like very cool image. Then next thing is let's go over on VM also. Okay, so if you search about this thing here like home, Ubuntu, and setup, so here you can see the outputs. Okay, so if I hit enter and the output here. Okay, so basically this is the output that we generated on our ComfyUI user interface. So that's all about this lecture. I hope you guys like this lecture. Bye bye. We will meet in next video.